Welcome to the Dallas Chocolate Class's YouTube channel. I'm chocolatier Zach Townsend. In this video, I'll be showing you the best approach for melting chocolate in the microwave, the appliance people most often turn to for this task, but frequently have problems with. Melting chocolate in the microwave may seem like a no-brainer, but it's one of the easiest ways to burn chocolate. So without careful attention and an understanding of a few key points, the microwave can quickly lead to wasted time and money as we scrape our burned chocolate into the trash. Chocolate contains the natural vegetable fat cocoa butter, as well as dry non-fat solids, both of which are part of the cocoa bean from which chocolate is made. Chocolate makers then add sugar in various forms if they want, and possibly additional cocoa butter and possibly other sources of fat, such as dairy. Many of these ingredients are sensitive to relatively low temperatures, which can easily and very quickly be exceeded using a microwave. For example, cocoa butter has a melting point just near body temperature, which is why chocolate melts so easily in our hands. And the dry non-fat solids can start to burn when temperatures begin to climb above about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. You should always check the ingredients of each chocolate you purchase to have an idea of how the chocolate should perform when it melts. Chocolates do not all melt in the same way. For instance, some with relatively low amounts of cocoa butter melt into a more viscous or thick liquid than others, while those with higher amounts of cocoa butter, and as they're only fat, for instance, can melt more quickly and be more fluid. What's more, dark milk and white chocolate also melt differently from each other. So each chocolate requires slightly different attention when melting it. Again, remember that chocolate's melting temperature is low enough that it can melt in your hands. If you remember this, it will help remind you to take it easy each time you approach any method for melting it, especially the microwave. Despite these challenges, the microwave is still a great option for melting chocolate, ideally in small quantities, because it's quick and easy. It's also a heat source we can turn to without the use of heated water, which can lead to other problems. I address what happens when water gets into melting chocolate in another video. I'll provide that link in the description. But a microwave's speed and efficiency for heating by channeling heat energy directly into the food can quickly become the problem when we use it to melt heat-sensitive chocolate. Most people place a small amount of chocolate in the microwave, set it on 1 minute or maybe longer, and walk away. They then return to take a look at the chocolate, and if it doesn't look fully melted, they keep heating it, expecting to eventually find it melted into a smooth liquid. But when you place chocolate in the microwave on full power for about 1 minute, it begins to melt but can maintain some of its original shape, which can be deceiving and give you the impression it needs more heat. But even after just 1 minute, the chocolate can start to exceed recommended melting temperatures. If we decide to go a minute longer because it doesn't look quite melted yet, the chocolate has now far exceeded its recommended melting temperature. But again, the chocolate may still appear not fully melted as it continues to hold some shape, which again might give you the impression when you peek into the microwave that you need to keep heating it until it's smooth and fully melted. But if you approach it this way, what you quickly end up with instead is a bowl of chocolate whose solids are now burned and whose fat has separated. Once this happens, the chocolate sadly cannot be saved. The best approach for the microwave is this. Heat the chocolate for just about 30 seconds, no more. At this point, some or even most of the chocolate may show little signs of melting, but that's okay. The temperature after only 30 seconds is about 102 degrees Fahrenheit, certainly hot enough to begin melting the chocolate. Now, stir the chocolate around to help distribute the heat, and to use the heat of the bowl to help melt the chocolate a little more. Stirring will begin to cool the chocolate, so heat it again for about 20 seconds more, then remove and stir it again. The temperature from this additional heat is now around 122 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, you'll want to start to rely on the residual heat in the bowl, which you can feel, rather than on the microwave in order to finish melting the chocolate. In fact, it's best to let no more than half the chocolate melt in the microwave itself, and to finish melting the remainder by simply stirring until fully melted. There should be enough residual heat left in the bowl to do this. But if not, heat it again, but just for about 5 to 8 seconds or so more, and finish melting by stirring. I always finish melting the chocolate outside of the microwave, not inside. You can also set your microwave on 50% power if you wish, for a little more assurance. But if you're monitoring the chocolate very closely and going through these steps, you don't really need to adjust the power down. Register for a class with me online or in person at DallasChocolateClasses.com. Please leave any comments or questions and I'll be glad to answer them. Be sure to check out the video description too for a few more points. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.